What is up, my Lorcana Goons, and welcome back to the Lorcana Goons channel. My name is Kevin. You're watching the Monday Weekly Market Watch, where we go over card prices, meta trends, and Lorcana news. And we got to give a huge shout out to Jeremy over here for getting first place at the Southside Gaming Tournament with Blue Steel. This was the first huge tournament of the new format, and we're seeing new cards in this deck like Scrooge McDuck, Tamatoa, and we're gonna go over the card prices of some of these cards because we're seeing a lot of trending prices going just up and up and up for all these Sapphire cards. This is looking like a Sapphire takeover if you ask me. But before we get into all this, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you're a Lorcana Goon yourself, because it does support the channel. I hope you guys had an awesome opening weekend of Arcasia's Island. I hope you guys had some awesome pulls. We had a tournament on Friday where we vend in Carlsbad, San Diego. We had plenty of people pulling some enchanted, some shiny crabs, so that was always really fun to see. But I want to talk about the meta trends going on this weekend after opening weekend, because we've been seeing a lot of tournament news online in the last couple days from some big tournaments that have been happening, like the one we just said, and it's looking like everybody's gravitating towards playing Sapphire. So a lot of this market watch is going to be going over the Sapphire Steel lineup, because all these cards are just shooting up in price this week. Well, we got to start with the chase from the set, the most expensive legendary now in the game, and as well in the Arcasia's Island set, Tamatoa Happy as a Clam. This card just shooting up from $40 to $60, to almost $70 already from Friday to Monday. Lowest verified listing is by Recon Games for $68.99, shipping included. At the booth that we vend at, I wasn't able to buy too many of these in because most people were holding them, and when I did have them, they were selling for like 40, 45, then by Saturday 50, then by Sunday $60. Literally changing by the minute is what it felt like. There doesn't seem to be any cold foil listings left either. Cold foils were selling for around $60 to $80, and as you can see here, oh my gosh, I have this is wild. This is cool. Most recent cold foil sale was $90 actually. Then another $89 one. Love to see it. You know, I'm very shocked. I think this is crazy. But I actually do enjoy seeing like prices like this, just because, you know, it's always nice to have some collectability in the game. Or if you open up a shiny Tamatoa, that's a $90 card almost. So if you do have your shiny crabs from any boxes you open up of Arcasia's Island, put those in your binder, go to locals, maybe get some trade value for some cards that you need for your deck if you don't want to play some shiny cards. Or, you know, if you're trying to play some shiny cards in your deck, then you definitely got a good hit. Card is insanely good. It's an inkable 6-cost character. Being inkable in Lorcana just obviously makes the card very playable, very popular, and in the Sapphire strategy, being able to grab back items from your discard pile is really good, and being able to play items for free is overpowered. So if you don't have an out to this immediately, like Dragonfire or Zeus or something like that, your opponent is going to be able to get a lot of value off of this Tamatoa. So that's why everybody's playing this card at like 4 in their deck. Same goes with Scrooge McDuck. We're seeing a lot of Sapphire decks play Scrooge McDuck right now. This is a 4-cost inkable character. Lets you look at the top cards of your deck for an item. And if you're playing a lot of items in your deck, this is, you know, more than likely going to hit, which is pretty cool. A $40 legendary. Wow, it's been a while since we've had multiple high-cost legendaries in a set, and they're both Sapphire. Wouldn't you know? Lowest verified is going to be $42.74 with $4 shipping, more than $45 basically, and plenty of non-verified sellers have it here for around $40 to $45. So if you want to get a little bit of a cheaper deal, try Nomad of the Cat cards. They have no sales. Maybe give them their first sale, because it is almost $10 cheaper than the lowest verified J&K trading card. Shout out you guys. Sorry, I just realized I was hitting the wrong button. We do have listings for the cold foil Tamatoa, and they're all at $90. Lowest verified, $90 with $1 shipping by SideQuest Hobbies. And it gets close to $100, getting very, very close to a $100 cold foil. Remember, guys, the set is going to release in 2 weeks at the big box retail level, so you're going to be able to find Arcasia's Island at Target, Walmart, your Hot Topics, your Barnes & Nobles, your local haberdasheries, etc. So right now the prices are pretty high because you can only really get these at local game stores, but once we start seeing product at Target and all these places, the prices will probably calm down. There's going to be way more shiny Tamatoas available, more listings. So maybe don't buy this for $100 cold foil. Maybe don't buy this $50 cold foil Scrooge McDuck. But like I said, Sapphire taking over the meta. Everybody's hopping on the Sapphire wave. The Belle, Apprentice Inventor, probably the best card in the entire set. A common, by the way. This cold foil selling for $10 already. Lowest verified is $10.80 by MPL's Card Exchange. Love to see it. Shout out you guys. For a cold foil Belle, Apprentice Inventor. Lets you play this card on turn 1 as a 3-cost character. You can start singing your songs really early now in Sapphire because of this card. But it wasn't just new cards that are trending upward this week. Oswald the Lucky Rabbit was seeing a lot of play over the weekend from a lot of these Sapphire Steel decks. So this card came out in Azurite Sea, and it's also a promo in the D23 collection. So we've known about this card for a while, and I feel like a lot of people were hyping this card up for a cool minute, but it didn't really do anything last format. But this format, we were already able to see the power of Oswald in the Sapphire Steel deck. So I'm not sure if you guys were watching the Southside Gaming stream, but many of players were using Oswald to try and get some items for free every time they would ink, and we actually saw some people like Zan Syed miss numerous times off of the Oswald. So there is kind of a luck factor in this card, but hey, that's not stopping anybody's FOMO from not taking over, because look at these prices. Lowest verified, $26 with $1.31 shipping by Nomad TCG. Some non-verified sellers still have them for $20 plus $5 shipping. You're still going to pay at least $25. Look at these recent sales prices, $29, $28, $28. These are all from yesterday and today, by the way. These were selling for as high as $30 at one point. Yeah, look at this. $30, $29.99, $37, $35. Yeah, at one point, they were a little overhyped. There was only a couple listings left, and I know a lot of people took advantage of that. So if you paid more than $30 for your Oswalds, I think that might have been a little bit too high. 30 is probably the good I think settle point that it's going to stay at. Maybe 25, maybe a little bit more, right? But let's take a look at these cold foil prices for this Oswald. Sheesh, this is $47, lowest verified with $1 shipping by Digitamer BF. Shout out you guys. Yeah, Oswald just shooting up in price, man. These cold foils were $12. $12 cold foil on the week of February 11th, and it kind of trickled up a little bit as we saw some of the Arcasia's Island releases, and boom, it took one weekend, one tournament victory for this card to become a $50 cold foil now. So once again, if you've been collecting certain cards, right now you're in your bag. Love to see that. We're going to talk about multiple Sapphire cards because, like I said, Sapphire has just been trending up this weekend. Let's take a look at Fishbone Quill. This is a rare from Chapter 1. They were selling for less than $5. And I talked about this on the Market Watch like a week ago. I said, maybe get your Sapphire cards right now while they're still cheap. Right now, Fishbone Quill is still looking kind of cheap. Last 2 weeks ago, they were probably like $4 with $1 shipping. Right now, $6 with $1.27 shipping by Dose Bros TCG. Not too bad. Very close to $7 for your Fishbone Quills. And if you want cold foils, these are getting close to $20 again. $19.79 with shipping included by Dave Mart for your lowest verified cold foil Fishbone Quill. Maurice's Workshop, another very popular card that's being played in the Sapphire Oswald deck. Even some Sapphire Ruby decks. It's not just Sapphire Steel, by the way. Sapphire Ruby as well, taking advantage of Oswald and Bell. Maurice's Workshop, a $20 cold foil now. Love to see it. These were like $5 for the longest time, and boom, there's only 10 listings left. $19.98 by Feel Good Gaming LLC for your lowest verified Maurice's Workshop. Typo's been very popular since its release in Shimmering Skies, so no surprise why it's still a $10 cold foil. Picante TCG has them at $10.32 for your lowest verified. Dungeon Games IN has 4 of them ready for you at the same price. Shout out you guys. That's them deals right there. Getting close to $11. Getting very close to an $11 cold foil. Popsicles. We saw these at like $15. Some were listed at like $20 even. Some people were selling them for around $15 to $20. I thought that was way too high. It has calmed down a little bit. Now there's like 30 listings, but they're more than $10 now. This is a common from Lorcana, by the way. Not an uncommon, not a rare, not a legendary. This is a common foil selling for $12.24. Popsicle is probably the best Sapphire card to ever be printed, by the way, especially in combination with Flavor Sham and all the item synergy it has. Being able to grab this card back with Tamatoa to ensure that you have consistent draw power is a little unfair. And like we've been saying, it's not just Sapphire Steel, Sapphire Ruby, Sapphire Emerald even. Pretty much any Sapphire deck you're playing, you're probably going to want to run this package of Popsicle, Flavor Sham, Tamatoa, Bell, because now you have like a consistent draw engine for any Sapphire deck. And if you want to make your Bell, Apprentice, Inventor the most consistent card in your deck, maybe consider playing Sapphire Steel because you can play 4 copies of Fortisphere as well. It's basically Popsicle for Steel. This card was selling for literally $1 for the cold foils just Friday. On Friday, these were selling for $1 for cold foils, at least here in the US, right? Or in the western side. Now, lowest verified is going to be $9.15 by Battle Phase. Somebody bought all these out because there was a lot of sales that happened over this weekend. You can see right here by this sales data, people were buying 5 of them, all of them at like less than $1, 2 for $2, 2 for $1, 4 for $2.50. Look at this. Somebody bought 84 copies of Fortisphere for for $2 each. Who does this? What kind of person does this? I love to see it, by the way, though, because whoever did this, they were keeping up with the tournament meta. They were keeping up with what was going on, and they obviously saw that Sapphire Steel was making waves. So that's wild. But this does happen in card games. Buyouts happen. So there was a listing for this at like $25. So I'm glad nobody bought it at like $25. And then the prices did so. The listing prices did settle down. So now it's like a $8 to $10 cold foil in my opinion. Since the new Tamatoa Happy as a Clam lets you play items for free, there's a world where you play Lucky Dime for free. And we all know that Lucky Dime's best friend is Tamatoa, so shiny. These are still pretty cheap, though, selling for around $7. They have been going up a little bit. They were closer to around $5 to $6, but now they're $6.71 with shipping included by paper or plastic. Not too bad right now still. I feel like this could easily be a $10 super rare, but it is from the first chapter, and first chapter is very scarce. Cold foils are selling for close to $20 again. $18.30 by Easy Buy and Sell right here. Lowest verified. Shout out you guys for these prices. Next up, we got Lucky Dime. This is the card we were just talking about that pairs very well with both Tamatoas in your deck. Gonna let you gain lore in the end game and secure that victory. This card was less than $10 for the longest time because people were not playing this in Ruby Sapphire last format anymore because of Maui Half Shark. But now you can take advantage of it way more. And boom, check out these prices. It's definitely showing in these prices. Recent sale data is showing that cold foils are selling for $20 and non-foils are at least selling for $10 to $11 right there. Look at this. Cold foil, $22, $17, $19.99. So your cold foil Lucky Dimes are $20 value now, and your non-foils are at least $11. Lowest verified for a cold foil is going to be down here. Game and Grid, Idaho Falls, $18.35 with $5 shipping. So maybe even more than $20 is what you want to value your cold foil Lucky Dimes at. Whole New World. If you're playing Sapphire Steel, you can also play the Sapphire Steel a Whole New World version, which is very popular. Shout out Jonathan Lamb. I know he did very well this weekend with his version of Sapphire Steel with Whole New World. And this card is going to be selling for $10 again. Really nice to see. $10.59 for the first chapter. Super rare. And cold foils are still less than $20. $19 with $1 shipping by Alpha Foxtrot Gaming. And these used to be around $25 for cold foil copies. So, maybe consider this right now, but they're still less than $25. Robin Hood, Champion of Sherwoods are starting to pick up a little bit in value. The market price for these was around $25, but right now, the lowest verified is $27, so you're going to have to pay a little bit more than $25 right now for these Robin Hood Champions, and cold foils are only about $5 or more. Down to Game has them for $29.98, so maybe you want to consider getting the cold foils instead. This does have an enchanted rare, so that the enchanted is the highest rarity, so that's why the cold foils aren't too much more expensive than the non-foils, so $5 more does not seem like too bad of a price point to have to pay more than that. Ooh, check this out. Strength of a Raging Fire shooting up in price. Oh my goodness, these are now around $20 each. Lowest verified is $16.05 with $4 shipping. Then it jumps to $21 with shipping included by Slick Sales. Shout out you guys, and shout out Ben who came to the booth yesterday because you picked those up at a deal. I sold those to you at $15 each, and I gotta respect it, man. It literally just takes a couple hours from one day to the next for a card to shoot up from $15 to $20. That's really cool to see. Yeah, look at this recent sale data for this card. Near mint selling for somebody bought 3 near mints selling for $22 each. All the ones that were $15 each are all gone. $15.99, $17.49. Cold foils selling for $25. Somebody bought one today, and it's looking like right now that's going to be the price for the non-foil. So if you got a cold foil for $25, that seems like a come up. Let's see these cold foil prices. Lowest verified right now for a cold foil is going to be $27.50 for a light blade by Common Ground. Then $32.48 by JR Cards. Wow, cold foil Strength of a Raging Fires. $30 at least. Got them in your trade binder. Make sure you're valuing them correctly so you get them trades, right? Or let's say you're just a collector and you like collecting the shiny cards or the cards from the songs from the movies. The foil Strength of Raging Fires, that's some value right there. They're going up. Let's talk about some enchanted rares from the most recent set. I wanted to give an updated enchanted price guide because on Friday we didn't really have much sales that in the enchanted rares. I know a lot of people are pulling enchanteds and you want to know what are these really worth? Where are the prices settling at? Some people were trying to sell their enchanted rares to vendors over the weekend. I know a lot of vendors don't like buying enchanted rares on opening weekend because the prices are very volatile. But I want to go over the chase, the most expensive card in the set, Tamatoa Happy as a Clam, the enchanted rare, selling for around $320. Meta Mindset Gaming, $319.70, $1.27 shipping. So around $325. around 325, which is honestly pretty cheap in my opinion, cheaper than what I thought it would be. We have some recent sales at 348, 319, 314, so very close to 300. Very rare. Sorry, very rarely am I seeing anything near 350 except for this one sale. But I wouldn't doubt it if it starts to creep up to 350 because, like I've been saying, this is the most popular card in the set. Everyone wants to play Sapphire now, and if you're like a rarity person, if you like playing the shiny deck, the most highest rarity of your cards, then you're gonna want to play this enchanted rare Tamatoa Happy as a Clam. And there's not that many enchanted rares that have a price like this. The ones that come to mind are like Tinkerbell, Cinderella Ballroom Sensation. We also have Mufasa. And Mufasa is like purely driven off of the artwork. You know what I mean? People didn't really play Mufasa in the meta, but this card has really good artwork and it's played in the meta, right? So it's almost like Cinderella Ballroom Sensation. So I wouldn't be surprised if it sticks around this 300, 350, maybe even $400 price point very soon. Now, I can't go over every enchanted rare because of time today, but I'm going to go over the ones that have some recent sales so we can keep up with what's been going on. The Show Me More is selling for less than $100 now, $84.09 lowest of verified, and we have some recent sales at that $84 price point. So here's an enchanted rare, an updated price for you if you guys pulled this card. We also have the Glass Slipper selling for less than $100 as well, 85 by Lay Valley Cards. Shout out you guys, and some recent sales that are at around $94, $88. So yeah, around $90 for the Glass Slipper enchanted rare. Bolt Superdog selling for $107, lowest verified by Warren Sane Gaming, and by the recent sales data, some people getting it for even less, $92, $91, $100, $85. Wow, people got this card for less than $100. That's a come up because Bolt's like a fan favorite, and this card's kind of a meme because he looks kind of funny, right? And the card's good. If you're playing Amber Steel, I think you can play Bolt in your deck too. We have Devil's Eye Diamond. This was the enchanted rare that Zach, Lorcana Man, and I said was going to be the least popular. We put it in the buns section of our video where we ranked the enchanted rares. So if you want to go check out that video, go look at our channel. This is being listed at $50 now. A+ cards has the lowest verified, $51.98. And as you can see here, plenty of people, that's the price they want to pay. Nobody is paying more than $50 for this enchanted rare. And we have only a couple sales, so not the most unpopular enchanted rare either. We also have Restoring Atlantis. This one's actually surprisingly cheaper than Devil's Eye Diamond. I thought it would have been the other way around because I think this card's actually just more playable and actually just more relatable because I actually know what Atlantis is, right? Lowest verified is Bash on TCG by 43.55. That's the price for them right there. Recent sales is $44, $46, $48. So this is going to be the most inexpensive enchanted rare in the set right now, selling for around $40 to $45. And I want to go over the Donald Duck Flustered Sorcerer. I know this was a personal chase for a lot of people. The price has been coming down a lot. Plenty of listings were online this weekend for around $150, $140. I did see some eBay sales for this card at around $140. Lowest verified today is going to be around $120, $128 by World Class Single. Shout out you guys. And most recent sales that is showing that these are selling for around $120. So $120 is what you're going to have to pay if you want this Donald Duck Sorcerer right now. But like I've been saying since the beginning of the video, we still have like about a week or two before we see the big box retail release. So these enchanted rares still could come down in price. This Donald Duck is not very playable. It is Donald Duck, so it does have that kind of that value for some collectors. So I do think it's going to stick around this like $80 to $100 price point. But I wouldn't be surprised if this card also falls down below $100, right? I need to talk about the D23 Oswald because now that Oswald is becoming like very popular, like a meta staple is what it's looking like almost. This card is shooting up from around $80 to $120. Arcanic cards, lowest verified, $121. And they have 4 of them for you. If you want to place it, you get them all from that one seller. People are selling this Oswald and buying it for $109, $109, $105, $121. 3 people right there. So around $100 at least $100 for your D23 Oswalds. Which, if you didn't know, these come in the D23 set that was released last year. It comes with 6 promo cards, and Oswald was one of the promos. And last but not least, I'm going to talk about the Lilo Escape Artist promo that you can get from your gift boxes. You're able to acquire a gift box from retail stores or local game stores, and it comes with 5 packs from chapters 2 through 5, I believe, or 6. And yeah, it comes with this Lilo Escape Artist promo, and these are selling for around $17.99. Lowest verified by Green light game. So less than $20 now. I do believe people were listing this for around like $25 when it first came out, but you're able to sell it for around 15 to 20 bucks, which is really cool. It's a free promo that you get in that gift box as well. I haven't been able to see that gift box in person or see this card in person. So but I do know that this type of foiling is very sparkly. So I'm really excited to collect these as well. And that's pretty much it for the Arcasia's Island updated value market watch. Pretty much the enchanted rares are your value. Tamatoa, Scrooge are going to be the most expensive cards in the set, and after that, the rest of the legendaries tend to be around $10 or less. The market price for Bagheera is $12, the Queen $7, a Mickey Mouse $7, Aurora's market price is around $6. They're pretty cheap. The legendaries in this set are pretty cheap outside of just Tamatoa and Scrooge. And same goes with the supers and the rares. You know, Gontu selling for $3. We have the legendary Mini and Return Hercules for around $5, and Ink Geysers only $3. So it's a relatively cheap set still. In terms of like getting non-foils, some of these cold foils are going to be pretty expensive, but I do want to know, what did you guys pull in your opening weekend of Arcasia's Island? I really hope you guys had an awesome experience at your local game stores, cracking packs, cracking boxes. Let me know what enchanteds you pulled. Let me know what enchanteds you're still looking for. And I do want to know your opinion on the meta, guys. Do you think it's a Sapphire Steel meta? Are we in a tier 0 format, or is it going to be Sapphire controlled with Sapphire Ruby, Sapphire Emerald maybe? Or are we just being doomers? Because personally, I think there's a lot of decks you can still play. I've been seeing people find success this weekend with Yellow Green, with Purple Steel as well. So be sure to look out for the new videos we're going to drop tomorrow, going over some awesome deck lists for the new format from some successful tournament runs from some players. But until then, remember to stay tuned to Lorcana Goons, and we'll see you next time.